Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon practice for the full moon for March 3rd of 2026. It is a full moon positioned in Virgo, and we are in Pisces season. And this particular full moon also happens on a partial solar eclipse day. So there's a lot we're going to get into, so let's delve in before we start our practice so I can kind of explain what's going on with the sky today. So partial solar eclipses. The moon covers the light of the sun. And so what that does is it blocks out the sun's light and it really pulls in that lunar energy to dig deep inward. We get a lot of deep, profound realizations. It's a time of profound transformation, very intense emotions. Full moons already come with intensity with emotions, and this is amplified by the solar eclipse. We're bookending our eclipse season, so you've probably been dealing with all sorts of chaotic energy the last couple weeks too, and you'll probably feel residual effects from that for a little while after. So we have a lot being stirred up. This particular moon phase is positioned in Virgo. And while full moons ask us to release things that aren't serving for us and to let go of things that are not in alignment with us, Virgo is the organizer of the zodiac. And so what Virgo's energy will bring with that full moon is the ability to really clean house. So Virgo is like, okay, this doesn't fit, this doesn't fit, this doesn't fit, it all goes. Virgo helps us really do that full, thorough releasing of the things that are just no longer serving us, that are no longer in alignment with who we are, that just don't resonate with us. Virgo really helps us do that. And we also happen to be in Pisces season, and Pisces is a deeply feeling water sign. We already have all this intensity of emotions, right? Pisces further enhances that intensity of our feelings. But Pisces also, because they are the dreamer, they're the introspective wanderer about themselves, and they have these big dreams and these big, beautiful ambitions, beautiful, dreamy sign. Very intuitive, very spiritual sign. And so Pisces allows us to really delve in deep into who we are, to connect to who we are, so that we know what is in alignment with ourselves. So we get that aspect from Pisces. We get that aspect from Virgo to clean out everything that doesn't fit with that. And we have that ability with this full moon to just surrender and release all of those things and just tune into what the universe has in store for us. That said, as I think I've reiterated a few times, there is a lot of intensity of emotion. There is a lot of profound transformation and possibility with this particular full moon. And so what is best to follow this solar eclipse, Virgo full moon in Pisces season, is for us to give ourselves good, tender, loving care, to nurture ourselves, to allow us to tap into ourselves. Because if we don't really take care of ourselves and really tend to ourselves and tend to our hearts and our bodies and our minds, we're not going to even be able to harness any of these energies. We're going to be going way too crazy with everything else. So this practice, we really nurture ourselves and we tend to ourselves and give ourselves a lot of self-love so that we can align with who we are, clean house of all we are not, and allow us to feel our feelings, allow that intensity to pass through us so that profundity of transformation can take place and give us all the beauty to behold in the future. So, if you'll join me, we're just going to start seated on the mat for our breath practice. I'm going to make my way over there too. All right. Just find comfortable cross-legged seat, easy seat. I'm going to switch what leg I have in front because I usually keep my right in front of my left. And when you sit cross-legged the same way all the time, your hips start to be out of balance. And so I'm going to change the crossing of my legs to better balance my own hips. But you find yourself however is comfortable for you. To begin our practice today, we're going to start with Nadi Shodhana breath work. I think I've done it in the past with you before. If you have not done it with me or you've not done it before, I'll briefly explain what it is. Nadi Shodhana translates directly in Sanskrit to channel purification. And the channels that we are purifying are our breath passageways, so specifically through the nose. And what this practice does is it calms your nervous system. It calms yourself and allows introspection and clarity so that we can really allow Virgo to clean house, clarity of thought so that we don't allow our emotions to overtake us, but also calming ourselves to tend to ourselves. And so I thought it would be a beautiful practice to do for this particular full moon. And it's also known as alternate nostril breathing. And that this practice is done exactly as that title sounds. You breathe in one nostril, hold it, exhale out the other, hold it, inhale through that one that you just exhaled out, hold it, exhale out the other. And since we're doing one nostril at a time, you're probably thinking, if you haven't done it before, how do you do that? The easiest way I like to say to do that is kind of make that hang loose sign so that you have your middle three fingers folded down, your thumb and your pinky hanging out. So you're going to seal off with your pinky, your left nostril. Take a deep breath in through your right. Hold the inhale. Take your thumb to seal off the right and release the left. Exhale out the left. Inhale in the left. Seal the left, release the right. Exhale out the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring your hands to your knees and just allow your breath to return to normal. Our first few movements we're going to just do here in this comfortable seat, so you can just stay here. If you want to even keep your eyes soft gaze or keep your eyes closed, even if that's how you had it, you're welcome to do so and just kind of follow my prompts. Our first movement, we're just going to do some gentle neck rolls. So you're going to take your left ear, bring it to your left shoulder, and then slowly and carefully roll your head down forward till your right ear meets your right shoulder. And go back and forth from shoulder to shoulder, rolling the neck from side to side as many times as you need. You can even roll all the way back if it's accessible or comfortable to you. In your own breath, finding the kinks, working them out as you need. Maybe you want to bring your head back to center Lift your nose to the sky and then look down to the floor, up and down a few times. Bring your head back to center. Bring your nose to the left shoulder, looking over your left shoulder. Then turn your head and bring it all the way to look over the right. Shaking your head no slowly. And back to center. Take your right hand and plant it outside your right thigh or right hip. And then gently bring your left arm up and overhead to the right, doing a gentle side body stretch for the left side. If it's accessible and you want to go deeper, you're welcome to come down on your forearm down to your elbow. Just make sure to keep that left hip down as best you can, so you really get into that nice side body stretch. And then bring that left hand down to the mat outside the left hip, and right arm comes up overhead to the left. Stretching on the other side. Giving our bodies release as we release with this full moon. Creating space for all the dreams that Pisces has for us. Space to clean house with Virgo's energy. Inhale, exhale back to center. And then you're going to take your right hand and bring it to your left knee. Left hand swims around behind like a kickstand. And you gently turn your upper body, head to look over the left shoulder. Seated twist. Every exhale, try to wring out just a little further, even if it's only an imaginative movement, or if you can only make a micro movement to twist deeper. But we're releasing with every breath. Inhale, exhale back to center. And this time the left hand will come to the right knee. Your right arm comes behind like a kickstand. Twist and look over that right shoulder. Once again, with every exhale, see if you can twist ever so slightly more. Keeping that spine nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. This time we're going to take our hands interlaced behind our head, elbows out wide, like you're going to do a crunch, but we're going to do cat-cow in a seated variation this way. So we're going to inhale, push our bellies out, open our chest, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, close those elbows and round down. Take a few rounds in cat-cow in this variation. Finding openness with every inhale, then surrender and release with every exhale. One more wherever you are. Inhale, come back up to center. Bringing your hands down to your sides now. And now we're going to bring our feet planted in front of us, knees bent. Stay seated, but kind of use your hands to prop you up and keep your spine nice and tall. And we're going to gently windshield wiper our legs in this seated position. Just finding some release in the hips, in the lower spine, in the upper thighs. Once again, giving ourselves some more tender, loving care. And come back to center. Keep those knees bent. This time we're going to make sure we plant our hands, fingers pointed towards your feet, behind you, under your shoulders. Nice and square under your shoulders. Feet planted firm. Knees bent. On an inhale, we're going to lift our hips into reverse tabletop, opening through that chest, opening your throat. Exhale, come back down. Let's do up and down 4 more times. Inhale, up, reverse tabletop. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Open through that front body. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhale, back down. And now we are going to make our way to standing on our knees. And come up on your toes with your knees, standing on your knees. On our next inhale, we're going to reach our right hand down to our right heel and bring our left arm up and overhead in half camel. If you can't reach that far down, you're welcome to just take your right hand to your right hip and lean back. Or you're welcome to have a block on the side. Just a nice front body release and back stretch. Exhale, we're going to swing that left hand down now, reaching for the block, your hip or your heel, and right arm comes up and overhead. Half camel on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, come back up and make your way to all fours, hands and knees. Position hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Find a nice tall spine. And for this version of cat-cow, we're going to kind of undulate through the spine, kind of find some circular rotations in the spine, kind of creating waves instead of the traditional cat-cow, just to kind of find a sort of somatic release in that spine, kind of creating our own pathway here, our own intuition, tuning into our bodies and finding what we need to feel instead of a traditional pose of cat-cow. One more breath in and out wherever you are. And then make your way back to a still tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to walk our hands more forward, keeping your hips where they are, and then bow your chest down towards the mat, bringing your forehead to the mat if it's comfortable, finding a stretch in your shoulders and chest here in puppy pose. Beautiful pose of surrender and release, perfect for the full moon and the solar eclipse, to allow us to have that transformational energy pass through us. Deep breaths here. One more inhale. On an exhale, come back on up to tabletop position. Maybe you want to take a round of cat and cow, reset that spine. Find your stable tabletop. This time on an inhale, we're going to take our right hand, bring it up to the sky. Maybe you want to turn your head to look at your hand. Exhale, feed that right hand through between the left arm and left leg, bringing your shoulder down to the mat, and thread the needle. This is a shoulder stretch. If you would like to go deeper, you are welcome to walk that left hand forward, or maybe even stretch out that left leg. Find whatever feels good to you in this pose. Maybe you want to just keep your arms and legs as they were. Like I said, this practice is all about tender, loving care and tuning into ourselves. Not about the deepest stretch possible, but about giving ourselves some self-love. One more breath in. On an exhale, come back to tabletop. One more round of cat-cow, reset that spine. All fours position. Inhale, reach that left hand to the sky. Maybe follow that hand with your gaze. Exhale, left hand comes between the right arm and right leg. Come down on that left shoulder. I'm going to move my hair out of my face so you can see me and hear me a little better. Once again, you're welcome to walk that right arm forward or even straighten through that right leg. Wherever you feel you need the stretch. Like I like to say, find your edge and back off of it. My practice is all about tuning into ourselves and giving ourselves self-love, not necessarily about going hard or going home or finding your deepest possible stretch or maxing out your body. I want you to max out your heart. And to do so, we need to give our bodies space, give our bodies love, give our bodies care, not pushing them too hard. One more breath in here. On an exhale, come back to all fours position. And we're going to walk our hands slightly forward, curl those toes, inhale deep. On an exhale, lift those hips up and back. Trying to reach those heels towards the mat. If they don't make it there, that is fine. Downward facing dog. Take a moment and straighten through that left leg and bend generously into the right. Holding here for a few breaths. Nice deep stretch in that left leg. Inhale. On an exhale, straighten through that right leg now and generously bend into that left. Couple breaths here. Inhale. On an exhale, find your center in downward facing dog. Maybe you want to just pedal the heels, kind of walking your dog for a breath or two here. Maybe you want to keep in stillness. Find what is calling to you. Use Pisces energy to tune in to what you need. And we will all meet in stillness And then on an inhale, raise that right leg to the sky. On an exhale, as many steps as you need to get there, bring that right foot between your hands, dropping down onto your left knee. Raising on up. Arms overhead, low lunge. We're going to sink very deeply into those hips so we get a nice stretch in the back of that right leg and the front of that left thigh. Deep breaths. One more breath in. On an exhale, we're going to plant that left hand on the inside of that right foot, opening our right arm to the sky. Maybe looking up to the right hand, maybe just looking at that right side wall. Low lunge twist. Twists are good for wringing things out, creating space, getting rid of the things that don't serve our bodies. Perfect for a full moon release. Perfect for cleaning house with Virgo energy. One more breath in here. On an exhale, bring that right hand to the outside of your right foot, keeping your left hand planted. And we're going to bring our hips back up in alignment over our left knee, straightening through our right leg in half splits. You're going to want a soft bend in that right knee. Don't fully straighten it and lock it out. But you should feel a good stretch in the back of that right thigh. Another posture of surrender and release. Let's tune into that energy of the full moon. And another posture just for tender loving care. Inhale. Exhale, right knee meets the left. Hands plant under your shoulders. You're going to pull into a kneeling plank. And then you're going to drop down to your chest. Press on up to a cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath or two to pedal your heels or stabilize yourself. And on your next inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get your left foot between your hands. Dropping down onto your right knee this time. Rising on up, arms overhead. Sinking into that left knee, low lunge. One more breath in. On an exhale, right hand comes to the inside of that left foot. Left arm stretches up overhead. And your gaze can either follow your left hand or look to that side left wall. Low lunge twist. Sink down into that hip, keeping a generous bend in that knee. I said that because I had to remind myself of that. Breathe deep to release with this twist. One more breath in. On an exhale, left hand comes to the outside of your left leg and your hips come back up in alignment with that right knee, straightening through the left leg, but keeping a soft bend in the knee. Half splits on the other side. With every exhale, surrender a little more. Tune in a little more. Let go of what things don't serve you with every exhale. With every inhale, invite yourself inward more. One more inhale. On an exhale, plant those hands and bring the left knee to meet the right. Come forward into that kneeling plank. Inhale, and then exhale all the way down to your chest. Once again, keep those hands underneath your shoulders, and we're going to do a cobra breath flow 5 times. So we're going to come from this laying down position to inhaling up to cobra. Exhale down. 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Articulating through the spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, and we're going to hold it here just for a couple breaths. Maybe you want to come up to a higher cobra, or maybe you want to even reach your arms out more forward for a seal position. Nice stretch for that lower back. 1 more breath in. Exhale, come all the way down. And you can stack your palms on top of each other and rest your forehead on your palms in crocodile. And we're going to take a prone twist variation. So when you're ready, you're going to take that left leg, bend it at the knee, so your foot kind of feels like it's going to plant on the ceiling. And then when you're ready, you're going to kick that left leg over and plant that foot onto the right side in this prone twist. Keeping your right arm to the side, a nice chest opener. One more breath in here. Exhale, coming back down. Reach your left arm out to the side. Use your right arm as a kickstand. Bend your right knee. Kick that right leg over to the left, planting that foot in this prone twist. One more breath in here. On an exhale, come back to crocodile, and then in your own time, your own way, do a yogi pancake, as I like to call it. Turn onto your back. Bring those shoulder blades together underneath your back. Align your hips with your shoulders, keeping that nice spine, tucking your tailbone under, keeping those feet planted on the mat with bent knees. We're going to do a bridge flow just like we did that cobra flow a little bit ago. And as we do the bridge flow, on an inhale up, we're going to bring our arms up and overhead onto the mat. And we're going to do this 5 times. Inhale, hips up, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring everything down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. On this last one, we're going to hold the bridge up so you can keep your hands down if you wish, if that's more comfortable. Maybe even clasp those hands together to bring those shoulder blades under more. Keeping up in bridge pose, opening up through that front body. One more breath in. On an exhale, lower those hips once again. Straighten your left leg so that your heel goes to the bottom of the mat. Inhale, and then on an exhale, we're going to hug that right knee into our chest. If it's not accessible to bring it straight into the chest, you might want to bring it in to the side towards the armpit, wherever is comfortable and feels right for you. This is known as wind relieving pose, which can do what the title says it does. So if it does that release, do not be embarrassed. Do not be startled. It is your body letting go of things it does not need. So it does a very deliberate internal physical release as well as an external body physical release. And symbolic as well. Kind of hugging yourself. One more breath in. On an exhale, right heel comes down to the bottom of the mat. Take a breath in. And this time on an exhale, hug that left knee into your chest or armpit. Wind relieving pose on the other side. Every exhale, find something else that you can let go of. Be it a thought, tension you may be still holding on to in your body. Even just impure air that maybe you think you're breathing or don't realize you're breathing. Just find surrender and release with every exhale. Inhale. This time at an exhale, we're going to bring our right leg back into our body and we're going to hug both of our knees into our body. And as we hug ourselves, we're going to kind of gently rock our hips and spine from side to side, kind of cradling ourselves here in this ultimate posture of self-love, giving ourselves the ultimate tender loving care before we relax into Shavasana and go through the meditation for the full moon in Virgo. One more breath wherever you are. And as you're ready, gently make your way to your version of Shavasana. Maybe bringing those heels all the way down to the mat. Palms up, palms down, mat at your side. Maybe you want them over your heart. One hand on heart or belly. Find your version of Shavasana and arrive in a comfortable position as I take you through the meditation for this full moon. Welcome to our full moon meditation. A full moon in Virgo. Ancient cultures referred to this moon as the worm moon, as earthworms would appear as the soil warms the spring, which is so fitting for Virgo, because Virgo is an earth sign, a sign that represents strong connection to Mother Earth and invites us and calls us to ground ourselves and feel the maternal pull of Great Mother Gaia. Throughout the planet, we're going through a big shift. In the Northern Hemisphere, we're preparing for spring. We are awakening, rebirthing once again. The Southern Hemisphere has a colder spell approaching. An invitation to go inwards beckons. The shifts we're experiencing will be felt and seen globally as we transition through this time. Light is entering the planet on a very deep level. And while the Northern Hemisphere, we're experiencing light in physical form as our days grow longer, we're also experiencing it on a much more deep, conscious level, as many souls are now awakening. This is a time of endings and beginnings. As we prepare to meditate, allow yourself to be comfortable. Allow yourself to fall into a restful, secure space. If it feels safe and right for you, close your eyes. Allow your hands to rest gently. As you do this, feel yourself becoming present, allowing your body to become centered in the here and now. Notice how that feels. Acknowledge the moment. Allow your breath to flow gently in and out. Take a few moments to allow your breath to settle into a natural rhythm. As your breath travels in, allow the consciousness to follow the journey of the breath. Observe the breath traveling up towards the tip of your head, the crown center, before traveling all the way down your body to your toes. As you release, keep observing your breath. As you do, imagine the breath gently kissing the moon as it travels upwards, and then releasing it all down to Mother Earth as the breath travels down towards your toes, flowing out towards Mother Earth. The gravitational pull of the planet absorbs your breath, flowing up, kissing the moon, traveling down, releasing all to Mother Earth. Flowing up, kissing the moon, traveling down, releasing all to Mother Earth. Keep following your breath. Allow your connection to the moon and the earth to deepen. Feel yourself connecting to the elements. Allow yourself to become at one with the cosmos. We are invited to find balance in our life at this time and to move into a space of feeling grounded and supported. Virgo energy brings forward new order. In what way do you need to find more order in your current life? Just allow and await any ideas or inspiration to come through. How can you find more balance? What do you need? Notice any insights that may come into your mind right now. Are there any actions you need to take daily to ground yourself? Again, just allow what needs to come through. Any insights, information, answers. Just let them all flow naturally. And finally, what are you being called to release under this full moon? You are now in a space of support from Mother Earth. Allow the insights to coming through, knowing that it is safe to do so. Keep breathing. Just be. Allow. If there's anything you now need to release, offer it up to the light of the moon. Feel the strength from Mother Gaia to give you the confidence to do this. Silently say your wishes and feel yourself offload. Feel yourself letting go as you do so. Feel light entering as you do, allowing the moon's energy and light to wash all over you. Recite to yourself or out loud, I welcome imbalance. I welcome in a sense of feeling grounded daily. I am supported. I am light, and I bring my light daily to the world. I am a beacon of love and light. My soul is awakening. I release heaviness. I am filled with growth. I am evolving. I manifest healthy ways. I attract all that I need. I let go of the past. I am light. I am love. Allow yourself to gently come back into your body. Sense your toes, your legs. Feel your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your shoulders. You may wish to take a full body stretch or gently hug yourself tightly. Take a deep breath and release it with a sigh. As you're ready, press yourself up to a gentle seat. If your eyes were closed or had a soft gaze, slowly flutter them open. Take in the room. I hope you are able to enjoy the magic of this full moon. I wish you a very blessed full moon. I hope that the intense energies of this eclipse portal, of this Virgo full moon and Pisces season, allow you to continue to give yourself tender loving care and to release things that are not in alignment with who you are. I hope you were able to give yourself the tender loving care that this practice sought to give you. And I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me in this community and practice for the March 3rd full moon. I can't wait to see you for the last quarter moon and for our next phase. From my heart to yours. Namaste.